Yeah, Brian, talk to me about the game today. 3-0 away at Bramall Lane. You know, I was speaking to you before the game. You thought maybe this was a game we were going to slip up.
Yeah, no, what I thought is, originally I thought being Spursy would probably take points off a City and then drop them here. But obviously it worked the other way around. But I have to say, in the first half, how Sheffield United didn't score is beyond me. I think it just goes to show how bad they are, that they didn't take the opportunity. Some of them they cut through us like butter. But listen, there's no doubt the last two performances, one was at the creme de la creme and one was at the bottom. But there's a lot to look forward to with the style of play. It looked a lot better. Dragusin, I've been impressed with these two games. It's a clean sheet. It's something we've been after for ages. We scored in the first half, something we've been after for ages. A striker or a forward player scored the first goal, first time in ages. And I've been one of the ones at the head of the queue for criticising Kulusevski. All right, it was only Sheffield United, but he done more in this game than he has in the last few, hasn't he?
Kulusevski's world class.
Yeah, all right, you can tell I'm with Bobby.
We can sell him.
You can tell I'm with Bobby, yeah.
Brian, you were talking about Kulusevski before in the last few shows, saying you don't know if he has a place in this team. But do you reckon maybe we found one in the last couple of games?
Do you know what? Listen, today he definitely showed. The first one he put away was a fantastic finish. Absolutely fantastic finish. But again, this is Sheffield United. Can he do that against the big teams? And that's my concern. Now do the club look and say, right, oh no, we might have a striker here, or we might have found a role for him. Listen, he was a lot brighter than the Kulusevski I want to see. And what I really want to see, because like I said, Simeon, when I was with you last week, there really is a good player in there. It's just finding a place for him in this Ange's system, and the wings certainly aren't here. Can you gauge it for a performance against a relegated Sheffield United? I don't know. But it certainly was a lot more positive than we've seen recently from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to the outlook of the season, we all know the problems that we had coming into the season. New manager, new system, completely new way of playing, a lot of new players to bed in. Harry Kane goes out the door in the eve of the season. How do you assess now the season, now it's all said and done?
Like I said, I think it's just the way we finished this season. You know, we can all go about the facts and stats of the turn of the year hasn't been good, the amount of games we went without keeping a clean sheet, conceding the first goal, losing that 4 off the bounce and everything. That's all part of it. But listen, I back Ange. I hope the club back Ange. I really hope the club back Ange. Most importantly, we've completed a season with a manager. Let's all not forget that first. Exactly. Which is, listen, mate, as funny and as ridiculous as it sounds, it's something of a success at Tottenham with our past history. And I hope he is fully back, because I do want him to succeed. And I think he can succeed if we can get the players out, players in. I will give him all the time he needs. I just hope the club back him and give him the support he needs.
So what do you rate the season out of 10, Brian?
I'm between 6.5, 7. I think I'm more on the 6.5. I don't.
Lowest of all the other fans. Lowest mark we've had so far.
Yeah, but that's just like I said, because it promised so much. And like I said to you, like I went on all these channels, that my success gauge for the season was to finish the season with the manager complete and to take the cup competition seriously. And obviously, that was essential to me more than the league. And we didn't do it. We didn't do it. Potentially, it could have been as high as an 8 or a 9. If it's by faith in Ange, it's up there with an 8 and a 9. But how the season you look at it, Maddison didn't really finish the season or the second half of the season, which you could say with a lot of the players. So the potential's there, and if everyone had reached their potential, I would easily have given it an 8 or a 9. But I just think there's something to build on and something to improve on. And people may not agree with anything I say, but stay consistent. And I had my metrics for the season, and the latter part of taking the cup seriously wasn't taken. So that's why it's a little bit lower for me.
In this next question I'm about to ask you, every single person that's called in so far has said a different player. So who's your player of the season so far?
All right, Ben, I'll say part of the song, and then I know you're going to know the second part. Whoa, Big Mickey!
Van der Ven.
Whoa, Big Mickey!
Van der Ven. He's big, he's fast.
Van der Ven, you won't get past
Van der Ven.
Oh, sorry, Bobby's trying to show his Van der Ven shirt.
We can
in
see
the background.
it, don't worry.
Listen, yeah, listen, to me, everyone knows my love affair with Jan Vertonghen. This guy, to me, is just absolutely elite. I think, like I've said to you before, I think Pedro Porro is the most improved player at the club, hands down. And we all know when I was with you and I started the season at Man U, on my hands and knees, dreading him being a right back. He's really, really impressed me, and another belter he scored today. But for me, I think if we look at all those injuries, if Mickey van der Ven had been fit for only if he'd had the one injury, not the two, I think we're looking at Champions League. I think we're looking at a different rating. To me, he is pivotal to everything. So for me, it's Van der Ven just ahead of Porro.
Thank you for finally jumping on the bandwagon. I've been trying to get him on there for a while. Everybody knows I've got a mad man crush, and I'm going to leave the wife for Van der Ven one day. But that's between me and Mickey. There you go.
Bobby, what would you rate this season out of 10? I want to know your rating.
Honestly, I would. If you're going to look at the overall season, for me, I'm going to give it an 8 because expectations were very low, especially in things were dismal from the very beginning. We've had a lot of ups and downs and stuff like that. But I look at, did we finish in a higher spot than we did last year? Yes, we did. Did we do that in losing a manager and our greatest player pretty much ever, arguably? Yes, we did. A lot of changes, a lot of fresh faces came in, a lot of injuries as well to deal with that obviously impacted the way things went. I honestly, sitting here, securing Europa, we've got Europe next year as well. We've got more competition to go into. A little bit of money comes in now with that. It's just a matter of, let's just hope that they don't do the traditional thing that they've done in the summer. Let's just hope it's not rinse and repeat and the proper changes are made. This guy has made it very clear that he wants to instill winning mentality from top to bottom. And if he can do that and he can achieve that, then there's absolutely no reason for us not to be pushing forward. And we went from 8th to 5th, so we are pushing forward. We're going in the right direction. Let's just keep hoping we go that way. And next year, obviously, we know the pod is on.
I'm going to ask both of you this question just to finish off. If we could spend big money on one player, not one player, but one position, what position are you bringing in?
6.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying 6 is wise, but this is the thing. Hans doesn't play with the 6, so I think Richarlison is off. So I'm going to actually say striker. I think Richarlison is off. I've spoken to you guys behind the scenes about it and why. And if he does go, we need 2 strikers, but we definitely need one to be a big striker. So as much as I think a 6 is necessary, but I don't think Ange's going to use it like we all wanted to, like a Paulinho. I think it's got to be a striker.
If Richie goes, then yeah, there's no argument, striker there. But if it's based on adding to the current squad we had, then for me, it's 6 still.
I agree with you, Bobby. But thank you so much for all your constant support throughout the season,
Great to
guys.
see you, boys.
Yeah, really good to see you.